Shimano Vanford 2024. This reel has won iCast 2024 as the best spinning reel. Obviously it meant that I need to put my paws on it, and here we go. But before going any further, I have to mention a couple of things. 1. This video is not sponsored by Shimano or anyone else, since I paid for this reel out of my own pocket. 2. If you will be interested in getting this reel yourself, I will leave a link in the description below that offers a very good value for this reel. Okay, now let's move on with the review. Actually, I want to talk about packaging first. See, before that, Shimano and Daiwa used to just provide a simple box, even though it's a simple box, but now you are getting extra features, if you will. See, there is a slot to put a reel on, or in, should I say. Just like that. And then this goes on top, and this clips in. Even though it's very simple, you know, but way better than it used to be. Way better than it used to be. Now let's move that box out of the shot again and let's talk about the reel. I guess I will start with moving parts. First of all, let's have a look at the knob itself. Again, it's a fancy shape, as in it kind of tapers closer to the handle itself. It's very, very comfy, and it's covered in rubber. Very, very nice. And you will see there is no kind of slop or freeway on the knob at all. This will be the best Shimano I ever seen, so very well done. So I will try to pull it kind of in or out and observe that gap, and it won't change. This is impressive. At least my copy is, you know, perfect here. Never seen Shimano something like that. Very well done. Now let's check the gears, you know. So I will try to grab onto the rotor and will try to kind of pull in and out the handle, and again observe that gap here, basically where that red line is. There is a slight one, but it's not excessive. Shimano's used to be quite bad here, like, you know, Stradix and all the Vanfords, or Vanfords before this one. Here it's quite good. And now let's try, you know, to do the rotational action. Again, observe the kind of free way of the knob, maybe. No, it's solid here. This is impressive. By far the best assembly on any Shimano reel I ever seen. Again, I don't have Stellas, anything like that, but, you know, Stradix and cheaper ones used to be very wobbly. This one, it's solid. So yeah, very, very well done, Shimano. I am impressed. So now let's have a look at other part, right? At the rotor. Rotor is magnesium or MgL, it says here. Hope you can see it. And let's see how sturdy it is. It flexes a little bit. It's not excessive. Now let's have a look at the bail. Yeah, it seems that attachments are very good, but since the wire is so thin, you know, I'm flexing the wire itself maybe more. But in any case, it's solid here. And now let's try to flex the bail arm up. Oh, I'm thinking no sound. I was surprised. Okay, so basically it kind of, interestingly, it stops. Maybe that's the idea though, that if I don't want to, you know, it just kind of go to certain point, then stop, and it would not, produce that crack sound. Yeah, the spring is quite strong, I would say. Maybe a little bit too strong for the size of a reel. It snaps the bail arm too strong in my opinion. But again, it's better to have too strong than too sloppy than on, certain copies of divers. Again, it would be ideal if the bail arm would be, way thicker and hollow. But again, Daiwa is moving from hollow bail arms as well for some reason. I can't see why they're doing it, but they're doing it. So yeah, solid here. Now let's have a look at the other moving part, that is drag adjuster or spool holder, if you will, knob. It clicks. Now let's inspect the drag. Wow, it's nice. Yeah, it feels very refined here. It will be a pleasure, to play a big fish on, and control the tension with the drag. Yeah, all good here. A little bit of movement on the spool, but that's not excessive by any means. Actually, it's pretty good. So yeah, all in all, it looks very good. Well, very well done, Shimano. Now let's have a look at another thing that I noticed. This reel is very well sealed from what I've seen. You see there is a seal here. Then there is a red seal. Let me get that up. See that red washer? That's a seal, as far as I can tell. Kinda, I poked it and it felt soft, so it must be a rubber seal. And then there is another seal on the handle. See? This black one. So this reel is very well sealed. I am impressed. Definitely you can use it, like on light sea water applications for sure. It should survive. So yeah, and handle is one piece, very sturdy, not very light, but it feels very solid, which is great. Oh, actually, I want to show you something else. You will notice that there is only one screw, like on the main body. I'm not too certain at this point how they managed to pull it off. Most likely there is some kind of like a clip that sides get clipped together, and then the screw just holding, the other or the opposite side of, like, not where the clip itself is. But I don't know yet, but it looks, almost like Daiwa monocoque. So they should be able to put big gears in. And the gearbox, you will see, it's not like symmetrical, if you will, meaning, that gears and supporting rods and main shaft are, of a decent, kind of diameters and sizes, so it should last. So yeah, everything looks good so far, and there are a few more things that I noticed. You'll see this little bit kind of should protect kind of debris and line going under the spool a little bit, and it has a lip as well, so this should deflect the line for sure, as far as I can understand. And also there is another bit which I never seen on any Shimano, at least budget ones or mid-priced ones. Basically there is like a blade under the roller, right? And this should help with line management. So basically on windy days, especially when the wind will be blowing, let's say, from this direction, and you would want to flick the bail arm for casting, line just might not be here. It might, slide somewhere like to the other end of the bail arm, but this blade kind of locks the line in one place by the roller. So again, in theory, it should work very well, but I hope it will. And I hope you can see what I'm saying. So it should prevent wind knots as well, as far as I can understand. Another interesting thing about this reel is that I will show you in a sec. If this, you see, block around or on this leg where the roller is, it's kind of like a frame. Usually on like any other almost reel, you would see this block would be kind of the area where spring is being held. In this reel, it's the opposite one. So meaning that this area kind of, it's always like when you are cranking in like big fish or something, this area is definitely more stressed than this. And in here they went with a kind of frame design, which is definitely stronger than just something solid. So yeah, kind of looks very cool, and I believe it will help this reel, you know, just to crank bigger fish or bigger lures easier. So yeah, impressive Shimano, I like it a lot. As you can see, I have 2500 size, and let's quickly take a weight of it because it feels like super light in the hand, probably 100 and I don't know, 50 or 60 grams. It feels like super light. I know it's actually more. 180. Exactly. Which is still, you know, super duper light for a 2500 reel. And also let's quickly inspect how solid this frame is. If I remember correctly, it should be CI4+ material, as in fancy carbon. Oh wow, it just feels like metal. Or maybe better than metal, just solid, guys. So yeah, very solid frame. Metal or magnesium rotor. And now let's have a look how this kind of combination feels like when it comes to rotation, you know, because a lot of anglers, they would just grab a reel, would spin, spins nice, and they're happy with that. Let's have a closer look at that. So kind of startup inertia, or how much energy do I need to get the handle kind of rotating and rotor spinning. Okay. And it is very good, guys. I need very, very little energy. I would say it's in line with previous Vanfords and Stradic CI4+. But what's different, it's smoothness. This is definitely smoother and quieter too. Like, as I mentioned, previous Vanford and Stradic, they used to be like super like little energy or startup inertia needed, but they used to be kind of not exactly grindy, but not as smooth. This one feels like high-end reel, at least this copy does. It feels very, very good, guys. Impressed. It's just everything about this reel except the crack sound. Yeah, but interesting. This crack sound kinda, I definitely can kinda not get this crack sound involved, if you will, or invoked. Plenty, you know, of room for casting if I don't kinda go fully with my... And there is like a stop. It stops if I don't want to go further. That's fine, it just stops there. That's interesting approach. I wonder if they did it on purpose. Very interesting. So yeah, all in all, I will see if I can get rid of this crack sound, but it looks very promising. So very well done, Shimano. Very well done. And you'll see people talking, you know, that this reel kind of received a lot of updates from Stella or higher end Shimano reels. I'm not saying it's false, but remember, you can't put like, Carrera GT engine into Porsche Boxer and expect it to drive as Carrera GT. But again, on the other hand, I would rather take Boxer with Carrera GT engine than with a Boxer engine. But all in all, this feels good. Kinda, I can easily recommend to anyone this reel, and if you are Shimano guy, you will be very, very pleased with this reel. If you are, Daiwa fan as I am, or in general, any reel that has thicker and, not cracky bail arm, still I can recommend this reel to you too, because as I say, I can stop here and it's quite easy. It has like not a hard stop, but if I want to stop, I can repeat it, and if it goes, further, it's not a big deal, just a crack sound. So yeah, once again, very well done, Shimano. I am impressed. And to sum it up, once again, if you want to get the reel cheaper, check those links in the description below. I guess I covered everything. That's it. Thanks for watching, and over and out.